Hello everyone, Ed Hopkins here with Kamic LLC, showing you our new product called Optin Bold. Today I'm going to give you full training on how to use the system, front to back, and here we go. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to download the version of Optin Bold that you have purchased. Put that in a safe place on your computer where you can find it. And the next thing you want to do is you want to hop inside your WordPress installation, and you want to grab that file and you want to install it into WordPress. So you're going to jump over to your plugins, go to Install Plugins, click on Add New, click on Upload Plugin. And in my case, I'm going to be uploading the Pro version. You might have a similar version with a little less features. It could be the standard version. But I'm going to go ahead and just upload the Pro version and give you the training off of that. So here we go. I'm going to choose my file. Now I've stored that off my desktop. I'm going to select the file, open it, and install it. You're then going to get to the screen that says installed successfully. You're going to click on activate plugin. And that should only take a couple seconds for that to happen. And now we have it installed. And it should appear inside your plugins under Optin Bold Toons. Then you're going to notice on the left hand side, probably towards the bottom, the title Optin Bold. This is the actual plugin itself. And we're going to load it up. And then you're going to want to put in your email used to purchase or your key. If you haven't been sent a key, you're going to use your email that you used to purchase. And this is usually your PayPal email. After you enter your email and it successfully licensed your software, you should never see that message again, and it sends you right to Optin Bold, where you can start setting up your first campaign. But before we start getting into showing you how to use the system itself, you were given as maybe a bonus some image backgrounds that you can use inside of Optin Bold Toons Edition. You also received probably a static set of background images. In any case, what you want to do is you want to go to step 1 here. Just click on that, and it opens up your media library. And then you want to jump over to your backgrounds. And let's say I want to upload some bonus templates, and I want to grab this one right here. All you do is just slide all those images in here, and all those images will be saved to your media library. Easy as that. Once you've uploaded your images, select the ones that you want, and also keep in mind you can always use your own images as well for your background. But the ones we've given you are the ones that are designed for Toons and related to the software itself. But either way, you can just do what you want to do. So I'm going to choose this one by checking it off right here. Click on Insert, and now that becomes my background for my landing page. So let's just go to the preview now, just see what it looks like with this background on my landing page. So I'm going to click here to preview. You can see here there's no content yet, but this is what it looks like inside of the browser. And everything looks good. I like the colors, all that good stuff. So I'm going to hop back over. Jump up. And now we have some options. Number 1 is our theme color. And what this does allows you to change the color of the floating area that has the content in it. So I'm going to click on red here just so you can see what happens. And I'll go down, click on Preview Live Template again. And you can see here it's got the red background and all the content's going to be in here. So you always want to keep in mind when you're designing colors for this. Depending on the brightness or darkness depends on how you should select your font colors as well. So I'm going to change it back to black because white over black looks a little bit better for me, but you can choose your own color schemes to suit you. Also, we have the option to choose a YouTube video to use as a background as opposed to an image. Now, keep in mind, if you use a YouTube video, you could still use an image that's transparent and have a, like for example, if I cut all this image out with my Photoshop, except the lady, I can actually have her floating over the video. But I'm not going to get into that, that's more advanced. But you can use images and videos at the same time for your background. So next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to remove the background next time I preview it. But I'm going to put in a YouTube video ID. The ID is usually found in the URL after the V here equals. This is the code that you would put in. I'm going to close that. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Preview. And just to let you guys know too, if you're ever removing a background, it's always a good idea to check off Remove Background, and then you want to put in Name Your Campaign, and then go ahead and just click here to save and generate WP shortcode. It's going to give you an error, and it's going to say error to save settings. Please check all the fields that are properly filled, but that's okay because it still saves everything. It's just letting you know that a lot of stuff is still incomplete. So always name your campaigns and make sure they're very descriptive as well. Next we have our page title here, and I've selected Welcome to Optin Bold, and then enter a subpage title, just going to be plain text. You're going to love this. So I'm going to go ahead and preview that, show you what that looks like. And we see here we're starting to get going here with our landing page, starting to look good. Got our transparent black background. I love it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and finish her up here. Next thing we want to do is we want to upload our opt-in button. So with your purchase, you are also given some buttons that you can download and use. You can use any image that you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in any button that I want to use here, and this is going to be my button that I'm going to place on my site. And when it's clicked, it's going to pop open a modal, and it's going to have our opt-in content information. So let me go ahead and upload my button here. I'm going to drag that over, select it, and click on Insert, and now we have our claim button. It's automatically going to resize and fit into the browser, so no issues there. If you ever want to remove it, same thing. Click on No Image, and then click on Save and Generate WP shortcode. So next thing we want to do is we put on our opt-in content. This can be pure HTML or H tags as indicated here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some wording here. Can't miss this. And then next I want to put in my opt-in code. We have several options here for our opt-in code. We can put on our remarketing pixels here. We can put in an opt-in code and remarketing pixels, as long as you separate everything. So I'm going to put in some Aweber code here just so you see how it all works. I'm just using raw HTML code that's spit out by Aweber, and I'm just going to plug that in there. And you want to make sure you don't have any extra coding in here besides the actual opt-in code itself. Kind of want to shy away from using jQuery and stuff like that in here. Keep in mind it still will pick it up. Just got to make sure that all your stuff doesn't conflict with the plugin itself. But you're always going to want to do all your formatting for your form inside of, say, Aweber, because our system does not override the settings like a lot of plugins do. Because Aweber and other companies like that, they allow you to use custom images for your submit button. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And now I'm going to preview what it looks like. I'll jump down here, click on Preview Template. And now we have our claim button here. I'm going to click on it. It opens up a modal, and there's our Aweber form. Now keep in mind you cannot test your AR forms during preview mode. It's always a good idea to take that short code that the system gives you, put it into a web page, and always test all your forms on the web page itself, as opposed to on the preview page. Now always keep in mind when you're using the claim button here, the opt-in content only applies to that pop-up modal. If you're embedding without an image, what's going to happen here is this content here is totally ignored. And I'll show you here. I'm going to click on No to this image, and I'm going to click on Save and Generate WP code. And next I'm going to hit Preview, and you're not going to see this content anywhere. And you'll see here, now my form is actually embedded right into this part of the page as opposed to the pop-up. Alright, next, I guess I should get into showing you how Leadsmith forms work into this. So, I'm going to go into my Leadsmith account. I'm going to log into my Leadsmith. And I'm going to go to one of my campaigns that I created. And let's just pick... go to this other page here, and I'll choose this one here, click on Get Code, And then down here we have our two-step opt-in builder. You're just going to copy this code here. And I'm going to remove the Aweber code, and then I'm going to paste in my Leadsmith code. And I'll show you what happens there. And Leadsmith allows you to upload your own button, but I'm just going to use the default subscribe button. And I'm going to click to preview template. And there we go. Now we have our Leadsmith pop up. And Leadsmith is a form builder that allows you to create some pretty forms for the web and allows you to plug in buttons anywhere on the internet, even Facebook, and it'll pop up a nice looking modal, which you also design yourself. And since I cannot test it in preview, but I'm going to show you this once I show you how to use the shortcode system. So I'm back inside Optin Bold, and next I want to do my call to action content. It works just like the rest. You don't have to use all these fields. If you're more than happy just keeping everything at the very top with a button at the very bottom, you can do that. I'm going to say this is my call to action. And then we also have our footer here. And this will automatically format at the bottom. Next we get to choose our animation effect. There's probably 30-odd different animations that the fonts will automatically appear in. Let's do like bounce in down, and you kind of see, you'll see that when I preview it. And next we want to put in our Facebook link. We have it. If you don't have any of these links, it's just going to ignore it and not put the icon on the page. And then put in our support email. I'm going to go ahead and click here to preview template. And now here's my call to action text. Here's my footer, and there's my icons that I put the links in. Like I said before, if you don't put the links in there, these icons will not appear. Next, I want to show you how to put in a timer on any of the pages and any of the sections here. So if you want to add like a date of expiry of the offer, if your offer is going to be used by the landing page. So I'm going to put in the year 2014 / my date of expiry, and I kind of want to put it in the future, so I'm going to do like 28. And next we want to determine where we want to put our counter. So what we want to do is we can use up to 3 different counters on the page. So if we want to have one appear like on the front page, then when someone clicks on the modal, we can put another one in the modal. So I'm just going to grab one of these code here. You're going to take these span tags, and let me put this in the call to action. You want to go to text mode on your editor, and then I'm going to put the timer code in. And you can only use each one once. There's one that's called count, count 2, and count 3. So I can only use this once. And I go back to visual. I'm going to click to preview template. And now you see we've added a counter here to our opt-in form. So how cool is that? So jumping back now. Next thing I want to show you is the shortcode generation system. So I'm going to jump over to shortcodes. Anytime you save a template, it's going to automatically save the page wherever you put the shortcode. So I'm going to grab this code here, and I want to plug this onto a page. I've already created a page here, so I'm just going to click on Edit. And all you got to do is take that code. You want to paste it into the content. Click on Update. Now if I go to visit that page, open link in new tab. Now we have our opt-in form on one of our WordPress pages. And I'm going to test my Leadsmith form here. I'm just going to click on it. And then there's our opt-in form. And then obviously has a thank you page that's built into the form here. It has an automatic redirect as well. That's inside Leadsmith, but everything's working good. So next thing I want to do is jump back over to my shortcodes. Click on shortcodes again. They give you several options here. Let's say if you have a campaign that you like, obviously there's an option here where you just click on edit and it's going to take you to the page where you edit the same template. But you can also copy a template and delete it. If you click on copy here, it's going to change, it's going to make an exact replica of the campaign, but it's going to add the word copy to it. So always make sure you keep your campaigns named differently so they're easy to find. And they're always going to be found at the very bottom here as well too. So you can just click on them and automatically load it in. And last but not least, we have another option here too. If you don't want to have this installed on, let's say, a WordPress site, you want to have the opt-in form on just a regular normal HTML site. Perhaps your client has just a pure HTML website. So what you're going to do is click on Save and Download Ready to Upload File Set. So you're going to click on Download. It's going to take a few seconds. Then on the very bottom here, you're going to see it downloading, and it's pretty quick. It takes a few seconds. And now I'm going to go in there, click on Extract All. And then here's our opt-in template. You want to grab all this code here, all these files and folders. You want to drag them into your FTP and send them over to your website to be published. So how to do that? I use a program called Expression Web. Let me slide that down in here. And this is a free download at Microsoft. Pretty cool program. Makes it easy to edit files too. And I'm going to go to my website first. I've created a file, or excuse me, a folder inside of my website. It's called NF. And I have some files already there from previous tests, so I'm just going to delete those. And let me slide over my files and folders from my opt-in page. It takes usually from 30 seconds to about a minute, depending on the speed of your internet. So now everything's all ready to go. So I just want to grab this URL here, and I'm going to plug that into my browser. Now we have our opt-in page on just a regular website without WordPress. It looks exactly the same, and everything seems to be working great, and I'm ready to go, and I'm published, and I'm ready for business now on my opt-in page. This concludes the demonstration of how to use Optin Bold. And if you ever need any more help, just click on the support link at the very top here. As we release more Optin Bold editions, just click on this and you'll get sent to a page that has our marketplace. And then our Optin Bold videos will always open up this training video with this link here. If you have the standard version, obviously you don't have the YouTube capability. If you ever need to upgrade, there will be a button here that says upgrade to pro version, and you'll be able to have the usage of the YouTube videos along with some extra bonus templates that we've created for Optin Toons Bold. In our demo, we showed you we're using our Leadsmith program. If you're interested in grabbing a copy of Leadsmith, just go to get.leadsmith.net, and if you do a search under my video channel of this help video, you'll find some training for the Leadsmith system. So this is Edward Hopkins with Kamek for our product Optin Bold Toons edition. Signing off, and we'll see you on the next version of Optin Bold.